My name is Anthony Whaler, and this is my presentation on Procter & Gamble, the evolution of strategy. First, we'll talk a little bit about the industry background and where Procter & Gamble was founded. As you can see, Procter & Gamble was founded in 1837 by two gentlemen by the name of William Procter and James Gamble. Procter was a candlestick maker and Gamble a soap maker. Now, to go back a little bit and give a little history about how these two men first met to form Procter & Gamble, was they had married sisters, and their father-in-law incessantly pressured them into becoming partners, stating, his biggest argument was that if they did become partners, they would not be fighting for the same customer base such as they are now, in which it would increase their profits. So reluctantly, after several occasions of the pressure, they agreed to a joint venture, creating one of the largest home and personal care businesses globally. Now, we can fast forward to present day, to where they produce now more than 300 brand items, and these items include such things as Ivory soap, Pampers, Crisco, and Folgers. And these items are provided to consumers in North America, Europe, the Asia Pacific, Greater China, Latin America, India, the Middle East, and Africa, as well as many other countries across the globe. Procter & Gamble operates in 5 industry segments: beauty, grooming, healthcare, fabric and home care, and baby, feminine, and family care. From their inception of soap and candles, they seen a need for other products, so they decided to vertically integrate, not only producing those products that I mentioned before, but they ventured into food products, which it apparently did them a lot of good and made them very profitable. So moving along to the strategy, initially Procter & Gamble would develop products in their home base of Cincinnati, and then they relied on semi-autonomous foreign subsidiaries to manufacture, market, and distribute these products in different nations. In many cases, they had their own production facilities and tailored packaging, brand name, and marketing message to local tastes and preferences, which only made sense because if we were to send American products with American labeling and marketing differences, what are the odds that they would not buy these products, or it would not be profitable. These other nations, these individuals need to have products that are tailored to their tastes. So today, as technology and logistics evolve, so does the cost of manufacturing. In the 60s, it was economically feasible for Procter & Gamble to have the facilities in different nations so that they could mass produce these products and distribute them locally, to make more profits. Well, and they did this because of the high tariffs and stiff barriers to entry from border to border to get these products. In the 80s, these barriers were beginning to fall, and it was getting easier to ship products in and out of different countries. So, as they were doing this, they noticed that their manufacturing and their administrative costs were increasingly high, and their profits were becoming low. So what they did to save money was they downsized their facilities and closed several of them, and that did help save money and increase profit, but only for a minimum amount of time. So, and they did this in the 90s, and they did it twice, and like I said, it allowed them to save $800 million. And after they downsized and closed the facilities, they told each existing facility to rationalize production and concentrate it in a few facilities in the hopes of building a stronger brand name globally. Now, moving on to what they consider the competitors, Unilever, which I've honestly don't know many of their products, Kimberly Clark. I've only recently heard of Kimberly Clark, and there's Colgate Palmolive. So we'll go back to Unilever here, and when I hear the word Unilever, I think of the Lever 2000 soap. I'm not sure if this is one of their products, but that's just what I think of. Kimberly Clark, I've only recently come to know that name, and the only reason is because the facilities at where I work, they installed the paper towel and toilet paper dispensers, and it has the name Kimberly Clark on it. So that's my extent of Kimberly Clark. Colgate Palmolive, two products stand out to me, and that's the Colgate toothpaste, which I do not like, and the dishwashing soap, Palmolive, the green liquid, and that, I mean, that are competitors. I've heard a lot more about Procter and Gamble than I have any other three of these. So competitors, if you say so. Here will determine, are they really competitors? Profit. As you can see from this slide, Procter and Gamble has consistently produced profits above $30 million for the last 4 years. Its closest competitor, Unilever, they've been there about $10 million less, but last year in 2018, Unilever did produce more than $18 million more than Procter and Gamble. Is that a consistent thing, or is that something that just they stumbled onto? They found the right market strategy. They was able to distribute more. Maybe they built a better customer base and created some brand loyalty among the people. Who knows? But like I say, can they consistently put up this over $50 million profit right here? I'm not certain that they could, but I would have to say that for the past 4 years, Procter and Gamble did over 30 million, and that to me is a pretty good sign of their around to stay for a while. Um, these other two, I'm not sure if it bears to mention a whole lot about them because they're not even in the same ballpark. We got, like I said, we got Procter and Gamble here in the orange, the yellow. We got Unilever in the orange, Kimberly Clark in the red. Like I said, if they're making their money on toilet paper dispensers and paper towel dispensers, hey, more power to them. I mean it's consistent. They're right around maybe 7.5 million looks like, and that's a consistent number for them. And we got Colgate Palmolive just under $10 million here. I mean, more power to them if they're consistently putting up a good number and they're satisfied with that. More power to them. But I'd much rather be up here, at this one here where Unilever is over $50 million profit. And but like I said, are they going to consistently do this, or are they going to drop to 40 million? Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? Um, we could put our eggs in the Procter and Gamble basket to where in the last 4 years they've made over more than likely 100 and what $30 million. There's 120 right there. We see. But like I said, we all like to see the word profit. It comes from net sales minus cost of goods sold, and this is what's left over. Here is my references, and this is where I gathered my information. Google, as we all know, Google is a great source of information. Yahoo Finance is where I got the numbers for the profit numbers here, and the book, the case study from the back of the book. Well, this concludes my presentation on Procter & Gamble's The Evolution of Strategy. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.